Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you're new. It is so good to have you. Today I am filming another car chat. Yes, it's been flipping ages since I filmed a car chat. But here we are, we're back to it and I'm really excited. Don't know where I'm going to drive and sit because this lockdown seems to be a lot busier than last lockdown. I started my car chats in the first lockdown when nobody was going anywhere, so all the car parks were empty, which is better because I don't really want people staring at me while I'm trying to film. But we will give it a go. I think I'm going to go and try and park in the same place that I used to park, and it'll hopefully be okay, is what I'm trying to say. Right, let's go. Am I going to get copyrighted if there's music on? Probably. Let's shut that up. You're slanting already. My car mount, I need a new one. It's getting worse and worse, to be honest. Don't you think I bought it that long ago as well? I cut my hair and it's really short and I don't know how to feel about it. Did it myself. It was another lockdown job, one of many. My hair was absolutely dead at the ends though, so I had to cut it. And I'm like toning it more as well with purple shampoo because we like that better. Ooh, there's a bin man. There's a bin lorry just parked at the roundabout. Sorry. Okay, that's fine. I'll let you go and you don't say thank you, but it's fine. No worries. Whatever. I am actually so excited to be filming a car chat again. I feel like it's been so long since I've done this, and if anything it just kind of gets me out of the house and provides a different backdrop, because I'm sure a lot of people are sick of me just sitting on my bed talking to a camera. Okay, basically today's car chat, as you can see by the title, is just kind of like random advice on anything. I asked over on my Instagram for people to send in just some like random things that they might need advice on. I am not trained by any means. I'm not going to even pretend to be trained, but I've been there, done that with a lot of stuff. So if I can help in any way, especially during lockdown, then that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to fire away. I'm just reading some questions off my phone and I'll just try and answer them as best as I can. I'm really grateful for everybody that was brave enough to send me a question, and of course everything will be kept private. Question 1. How do you cope with flashbacks of trauma? Is there a specific thing you do to help yourself? Love your YouTube, by the way, you're smashing it. Well, thank you. That's really kind of you, thank you. Flashbacks of trauma. Flashbacks, I would say, are one of the worst side effects of trauma, or after effects, whatever you want to call them. It is the worst thing in the whole world. It makes you feel like you're right back in that horrible moment that you suffered, and it's just horrific, and I won't even try and sugarcoat it in any kind of way. It's horrible. When I was in therapy, counselling, whatever you want to call it, I was basically kind of told about the grounding technique, and it's basically the only thing that I've found that helps me. Grounding yourself is basically pulling yourself back to a state of normality when you're wrapped up in this whirlwind of trauma. It's so hard, I know it is, but basically it's finding things that can kind of bring you back into the room, so to speak. So find something that you can taste, something you can smell, something that you can feel, and something that you can see, and fixate on these things. So I have like certain things in my room, like something you can feel, like I'll grab my dressing gown and pop it on, or something you can smell, I'll spray perfume that reminds me of being in my room and being safe. Something you can taste, get yourself a nice glass of orange juice or a glass of something, and like something that you can see, like wrap yourself up and watch something. It's basically a way of removing yourself from the situation that your brain is making you believe that you're in. Ground yourself, 100%. That is the only thing that I've found that works for me. But phone a friend, 100%, that would always help. Phone me. You can email me. You can direct message me, ask me for my number or whatever, and you can give me a phone if you need to, if you're really struggling. Just do anything you can do to distract yourself, ground yourself, and pull yourself out of that situation, is all I can advise, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry that you're struggling with flashbacks. I've suffered from them for a long time. I don't really suffer that badly anymore, but they are horrendous and I can only sympathise with you. I'm really, really sorry. I'm here if you need me. Please, please, please let me know. Question 2. I find myself drinking because I'm bored, but I also seem to find it hard not to drink. Do you think something's wrong? Yes and no, maybe. Drinking because you're bored is, I would say it can be quite normal, especially at the moment. A lot of people are like, I've seen a lot of people drinking, like making their own cocktails and stuff like that. If it's to the point of getting smashed every single night, then maybe something might not be quite right there. And like you said, finding it hard not to drink. Finding it hard not to drink might just be because you're used to it now that you've been doing it in lockdown and there's not much else to do. It might not be a case of you feel like you need the drink. It might just be like, oh, I'm bored, like I'll just do that again kind of thing. Try and find something else to do. I know it's so difficult, there's nothing to do at the moment, I get it. But maybe like even like sort out your wardrobe, clean your room, clean your house, bake something, find something new to bake or make to eat. FaceTime a friend, watch a movie, start a new TV series, go for a walk, go for a long walk. Film a TikTok. I've been starting TikTok, by the way. I said I wouldn't do it, but I've started it, and it actually takes up a lot of your time. Film a TikTok, you won't be bored, I promise. Yeah, I would say try your hardest to find something to do. If you're finding that you're drinking every night, maybe try and start to like wean yourself off it, like maybe cut down to every second or third night or something. Try not to drink a lot every single night, because then your body and brain will start to think, oh actually no, you know what, I could use that again. Like I've been there myself, and it isn't the easiest thing. It doesn't necessarily mean something's wrong. It might just be a case of you're bored, this is a strange time, it might make you feel a bit better, might make you feel a little bit lighter and happier, whatever, which is fine because that's what alcohol does. But at the end of the day, it's not a good idea. It's a slippery slope to drink every single night. I don't know whether you're drinking every night, but if you are, it's a slippery slope, so maybe try and avoid if you can. Just try and keep yourself as busy as you possibly can, really. This is a tough one. I know the guy I'm seeing is talking to other girls because he casually mentioned it in conversation. This isn't the first time he's treated me badly, but I can't seem to leave him. I love him and the good times are so good. What should I do? Leave his ass behind. This is also a situation that I've been in myself. It was when I was a bit younger, probably about 18, 19, and it is so hard, man. It is so hard. I don't know how you feel about yourself. I don't know whether you struggle with like self-worth or whatever, but I did. And this guy that I was with, he was lovely. He made me laugh, and he like did little things that made me so happy. But then he would also, just like you said, drop into conversation that he'd like been chatting up girls at the pub, or he'd been doing this or been doing that, and it made me feel so, and I can guarantee that it'll be making you feel so well, won't it? You deserve better than that. Like, I deserved better than that, and I have better than that now. A guy that will literally just drop into conversation, oh yeah, I was talking to this bird, or I was doing this, or I was doing that, to the girl that he's actually meant to be seeing. That's not nice. Like, that's horrendous. I really hope that you do think more of yourself and know that that's not how you should be treated. And I feel that you do, because if you thought it was 100% okay, you wouldn't have asked me. It is so hard when the good times are good, but you need to weigh up whether the way that he makes you feel when he says stuff like this is worth feeling alright sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, it is not nice. And by the end of the relationship that I was in, I just felt horrendous, and it took quite like a significant thing for me to actually leave that guy. And in fact, it was just horrible, and I ended up cutting him out of my life completely, and I am so glad I did, because if I hadn't, I wouldn't have met my partner now. I've been with Joe almost 3 years, and it is the healthiest relationship I've ever been in, and you're missing out on that by staying with somebody that quite blatantly doesn't want to give you everything and doesn't want to focus solely on you. You deserve somebody that focuses solely on you, and if you want my advice, hon, I'd say absolutely leave him in the dirt, because he's not worth it. I have so much anxiety in lockdown. Everyone's losing jobs. I feel like I'm going to lose all my friends. I'm bored and constantly feeling down. Any advice? Love you. Love you too. Yeah, I think anxiety in lockdown is so normal at the moment. Like, it is such a difficult time for everybody, and I know myself that it has triggered off my anxiety so much more than when we weren't in lockdown and I was working and everything like that. Like, it is so hard. So give yourself a break for one, because it is normal to be feeling like this. Don't be hard on yourself by any means. Yeah, people are losing their jobs. I lost my job and it is horrific. It is horrible. It's really, really not nice. That was my job before the one I have now. I haven't lost that. But yeah, it's hard. And to be honest, there's no sugarcoating that. Like, it's horrible. I don't know whether you're worried about losing your job. It might be worth speaking to your employer and just kind of saying to them, look, I'm a little bit concerned about my position. Can you please speak to me about it? Can you please give me some reassurance, or can you tell me what's happening with my furlough or anything like that? If you don't ask, you don't know. Losing all your friends and constantly feeling down and stuff is so hard. It really is. I don't really know your friends. I don't really know you, granted, but just keep in contact, you know, like give them a FaceTime, even arrange like a multiple FaceTime. I'm not, I feel like I'm so old to try to say that, but like a multiple FaceTime, like you and your pals, maybe have some like drinks on FaceTime, like do a quiz, like get dressed up and have drinks like you would on a Saturday night, but do it on FaceTime. Go for a walk. You can still meet one person outside and go for a walk. Like, keep in contact, even if you just message and just say, hey, just want to see how you are, lockdown's pretty rubbish, I'm feeling a bit rubbish, how are you? And then have a chat. If your friends are good friends, they'll stand by you. It's lockdown, you know, like, you've not killed somebody. I don't understand why friends would push people out during lockdown or whatever. I don't know if that's what you're meaning, I'm not sure, but if they're good friends, they'll still be your pal out of lockdown. And honestly, when we're out of lockdown, I think everybody will just be so excited to see each other that you'll have more pals than you thought you did. I know that as soon as I'm allowed to, I'm getting all my friends around. Yeah, I'm sorry that you feel like you're losing your friends. It might just be your brain it might just be your brain playing tricks on you. That happens with anxiety. Like, sometimes my brain says to me, your friends hate you. And it's just like, oh great, thanks. Nice thing to wake up to on a Monday morning. But it happens, it's hard. Like, you get negative thoughts and you get negative mindset, etc. Try and combat that. Try and like combat that by speaking to your pals and saying, look, I'm just feeling a bit rubbish. Like, do you fancy going for a walk? Or like, do you fancy having a phone call or a FaceTime, or just stuff like that. Like, just make effort and make sure that they're making effort in return, and you'll be absolutely fine. Being bored all the time, yep, everybody's bored right now. There's nothing to do. Like I said earlier on in the video, just find stuff to do. It's hard, I know. Like I said, clear out your wardrobe, clean your room, do a spring clean. We're not in spring by any remote way, but do a spring clean. Like, really deep clean your house. I find a really clean house gives me a really clean mind. Start a new box set, watch a movie that you've been meaning to watch but haven't had the time to do it. Do stuff that you've been meaning to do but haven't had the time. Yeah, plan out your week for sure. That always helps me. Make sure that you've got at least one thing to do every single day, and even if it's something small, it'll make you feel like you've achieve something. It'll be quite productive. Just tick it off at the end of each day. Just find at least one thing to do each day, even if it's something small like making your bed, changing your bed, dyeing your hair. Don't do that yourself, by the way. That's why mine is so short. Yeah, find something to do, check it off each day. It'll make you feel more productive. Any advice on how to be pretty? This is the year I feel good about myself and lose weight. You are so gorgeous, my gal. I can't give you advice on how to be pretty when you already are. That is so cheesy, but it's true. You are such a beautiful person inside and out. You need no advice on it. But the way that I make myself feel better if I'm not feeling that great about myself is I make sure I'm doing a bit of exercise. even if it's not something mental like going out for a 4k run or 5k, I don't even know how much 5k is, that shows you how much I run, but like even if you just go for a wee walk, that makes me feel more healthy and makes me feel better within my body. Eating good food also helps. And advice on how to be pretty, you're beauty, you don't need it, you really don't need advice on how to be pretty. But if I'm wanting to make myself feel pretty, I try out like new makeup or like a new hairstyle, or I just get myself up and get myself ready and pop my makeup on, and it makes me feel a bit more together, if that makes sense. I'm so proud of you for embarking on this journey of making yourself feel better this year and feeling good about yourself. And yeah, I'm really proud of you, but you need absolutely no help on that because you're bonny as Any tips on periods? I actually messaged the person that sent this because I wasn't actually sure what area you meant, and she said advice on handling periods. Again, that comes with a couple of different areas, so I'll just kind of do an overview. I used to have major bad periods. If you are a bit weird about talking about periods or blood or womanly cycles, then feel free to skip because we're away to get chatting. I used to have mental bad periods. They were horrific, they were really heavy, they were really painful, and they went on for about 10 days and it was horrific. They made my mood awful, they gave me major mood swings. I still get that a wee bit, but nothing like before. The only thing that actually helped me with that was going on the contraceptive pill. I went on the pill a couple of months after I met my boyfriend, for safety precautions as well, not just for my periods, but it was recommended to me for my periods because they were so bad. Yeah, and it has really helped. They're nowhere near what they were. They last for like maybe 5 days, if that. They're not as painful. I mean, sometimes they are painful because I get painful periods, but they're not as bad. Like, I used to be up crying all night because it was so bad, and they're nowhere near as heavy or just crap in general. So yeah, going on the pill helped. I don't actually know completely how old you are, so I don't know whether that's an option for you. But handling periods is just kind of making sure that you are kind of stocked up on whatever like sanitary products that you use. When my periods were really bad before I had my pill, I used to make sure that I had loads. So I had some in my bag, had some in my drawer, I even had like a tampon in my coat pocket. Like, always make sure that you are like prepared just in case, because you never know. Make sure that you've got good painkillers. I think there's one called Feminax, I think that's what it's called. That's what I used to use and it really helped me. But there's also Anodin that is actually specifically for period pains. Again, I don't know how old you are, so you might need to get somebody to get that for you. Just kind of be kind to your body. If you want to eat crap food, eat crap food. If you want to eat healthy food that might help with you feeling a bit sluggish and a bit down, that might help. Just kind of listen to your body and listen to your brain, because periods affect mental health as well, and just kind of do whatever you can to kind of make yourself feel a bit better, especially at the moment when we're not really going anywhere. Wear comfy clothes for sure. Like, don't wear anything that restricts your stomach because that makes it so much worse. Wrap yourself up in a duvet, get a hot water bottle, definitely put some heat on your stomach, that helps me with pain. Watch a feel-good film for sure, and just kind of ride it out is all I can say. But the main thing that helped me was going on the pill for sure. Okay, I'm gonna leave it here with this last question just because this is already on 25 minutes and I've actually got somewhere to go. I might do a part 2 of this actually because there's so many more questions, so let me know if that's something you'd be interested in. How you learned to love yourself. That's a lovely question. Thank you so much for thinking that I love myself. So that's not as deep as I made it sound. I feel so much better about myself than I used to, for sure. How I learned to love myself. By the way, I just want to point out that I hope you don't think that I'm constantly like upbeat, love myself, so happy with myself, because that's not the case, and that is not real life, okay? That is full on social media fake. Not everybody loves themselves every single day of their life, or if you do, absolutely buzzing for you, happy as Larry. But I don't. I have days where I look at myself and I'm like, you dog. But I am feeling a lot better within myself than I used to, for sure. And how I did that was putting on weight. I used to be incredibly underweight. I was only 5 stone when I was 18 years old, and that was not good. Yeah, putting on weight helps, although starting to go the other way slightly. Let's not talk about it. Nicholas Sturgeon, open the gyms again please, hun. Yeah, putting on weight helped. Learning makeup helped. My makeup used to be horrendous, like really bad. I think I'm gonna do a how I did my makeup in high school video, because let me tell you, it was not cute. Yeah, learning how to do makeup better definitely helped. This isn't a really healthy way of learning to love yourself, but I actually got lip fillers. I hated my lips with a burning passion. I absolutely hated them, and it really affected my, like, with me doing makeup and everything like that. So if there's something you want to change about yourself, try and learn to live with it first, by all means, 100%. I tried and it didn't work. So if there's anything you want to change about yourself, I'm not saying go out and get tons of surgery, that is not what I'm saying. Try and learn to live with it first. Try and find a way of dealing with it first without going out and getting a procedure done. But for me, I got lip fillers and it really, really helped my confidence. I guess just trying to be more positive within myself. Like, I've started doing, well, I started it a while ago, doing things that I'm grateful for, and picking out things that I like about myself. Like trying new ways of dressing as well, like trying new different styles of clothes really helped. Dyeing my hair and changing my hair 100% helped me. You might want to try doing that. Like, I love doing like different hair colours. Do like a semi-permanent, I can't speak. Do a semi-permanent one that washes out, so that you're not just completely changing yourself. But experiment with how you look. That's what made me end up looking the way that I do now and feeling better about myself, is experimenting with how I look, but also picking out things about myself that I liked. Like, I used to be really harsh on myself. I was my worst enemy. I was my worst critic. So yeah, trying to be positive as well about myself and picking out things that I liked about myself, and just finding joy in simple things. I find that when I'm in a good mood, I feel better about myself. Whereas if I'm in a bad mood and I'm in a really negative mood, it's so easy to pull yourself apart. Getting tattoos as well, that really helped me feel better about myself as well. I hope this has come out the right way. I really don't mean to sound like I'm saying go and change everything about yourself, because that is not the case. What I'm trying to say is find who you want to be. And that's how I did, by experimenting with how I looked, my hair, my makeup, my lips, putting on weight, just stuff like that. Experimenting and finding how I like to look really helped me feel better about myself. I really hope that's answered your question, and I really hope I haven't come across like I'm advocating going out and getting loads of surgery, because that's not what I meant. Okay, that's all the questions we're going to answer today. I probably will do a part 2, because it was really good to see all the questions. I was really grateful. If I haven't answered your question and you actually really want advice like now, then please give me a message and say, look, sorry, I know you didn't have time to answer my question, but can I talk? Like, please feel free to chat to me. I'm really sorry if I haven't answered your question, but I really didn't want this to be like an hour-long video. And if you don't give me a message, I'll just answer it next time I do a part 2. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much to those who sent in questions. It was really brave of you, and I really appreciate it. I hope I've managed to answer it in some kind of constructive and some kind of helpful way. I'm really sorry if I haven't and I've just chatted a load for 35 minutes. Right, I'm gonna get going. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have enjoyed this video, please give me a like, comment, share, etc, whatever takes your fancy. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you do want to join the wee fam I'm creating over here on YouTube, give me a wee subscribe. We are a lovely bunch so far and we would love to have you. Also, if you feel like you need a chat, give me a message. I'm not doing much in lockdown, I'm furloughed, so please give me a wee message. Don't suffer in silence, don't be on your own. Okay, right, I'm off. Bye.